in the past? Long time. Oh, sorry. Hi man, do you know anything about any famous person in the past? Okay, seems like nobody in these streets know about any famous people in the past. Well, luckily I actually found out information about them. This guy is called P. Govindasamy Pillai. He grew up in a village, in an Indian village. In his teens, he ran away from home and boarded a ship to Singapore and landed in Tanjung Bakar in 1905. After many unsuccessful attempts to look for a job, he gained employment at a provision shop at 50 Serangoon Road. It was a back-breaking job starting before dawn and ending after midnight. He was given no wages, only food and accommodation. However, it was during this time he learned how to run a business, knowledge that would put him into real estate later. He went back to India and returned with his young wife. On his return from Singapore, he found himself without a job and as a provision store was put up for sale on the owner's dismiss. Pillai turned the opportunity into occasion into opportunity and bought the shop instead. He borrowed $2,000 from the Indian moneylenders and started a business selling goods. He started with selling spices, oils and drinks. Being 50, he managed to save enough to invest in property and to start other businesses such as textile shops, flour and spice mount. He showed Flo to start other businesses and later his son helped him to expand his business. The Little Indian Orchard currently occupies the space where he shop and supermarket once stood. He also invests in property in Serangoon Road, Red Cross Road and Buffalo Road. He is one of the most successful South Indian businessmen who managed to build 2 houses in Campbell Lane. But later, during the Japanese occupation, Pillai and his family escaped the horrors of war when they in India. But then his property and goods were confiscated. He returned back to Singapore in 1945, started all over again. He expanded his business across the Causeway, Malacca and Johor. He retired in 1986, heading over the family business, with 3 million to his children. He died at the age of 93 of a heart attack. He's the most remembered, generous and charity. He donated 4,250k money amount to the entranceway to the temple. Till today, everyone still remember who he is. Thank you. Okay, we're going to find out about the contribution the Indian had on Singapore during the British ruling.
Hey, they want to go Japan, I heard how to bloody go to
Can I interview you guys?
Who are you?
Reporter, you know, reporter. What's that?
No, thank you.
Hello.
I want to get into TV. Yes, it's
Yeah, go home now.
Do you know any contribution the Indian had on Singapore during the British ruling?
The history of Indian in modern Singapore
Oh my god.
can be traced in the numerous stories of migration and settlement from the colonial period described by indentured laborers who constructed roads and public buildings, the milkmen who provided milk to British establishments, dhobies who washed clothes for English sahibs, chattel moneylenders, goldsmiths and so on, for whom he laid the economic foundation for the community.
Hey, do you have that already or not? I'm waiting for you in the tree.
Here we have today with our guest of honor. What's her name? Janie Ang. No, sorry. Her name is Carla? Janie Ang. Oh, Janie Ang. Ang. Okay, we're going to ask her on the contribution Indian had on Singapore during the British ruling.
The philosophy of identities among Indians has allowed them to adapt well to the complexities of social, political, and economic life in Singapore. Even in the area, Skies, Chinese, Javanese, and Malacca chattis living together in streets named after British governors and rulers of British India. Street names as Hastings, together with buffalo and purple robes, and many other bear testimony to this even today. Thus, one of the great contributions of Indian Singaporeans to nation building has been their acceptance of their modern and colonial heritage as well as their tolerance of diversity. The names of several explorer Indians like Mr. Sir Rajaratnam, Mr. Sir Rajaratnam, Mr. Sir Jayakumar, Mr. Sir Hanna Balan, Mr. J.Y. Pilar are also when talking of the contributions of Indian Singaporeans to nation building. It is important to note the smaller yet better contribution made by several members of the broader Indian community to the organization and professions in modern Singapore. A fine example of the enduring contributions of Indians to nation building has been in the trade unionism and the political process in Singapore. In independent Singapore, the names of C.V. Divana and G. Kadasama hold special significance. Many in the trade union movement easily moved into the political arena and served as parliamentarians. Some of these unionists played a key role in founding of the People Action Party that has ruled Singapore since 1959.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. More about the background of the immigrants in the past. So I can interview you.
Okay.
Do you know any background of immigrants?
Well, at first, Indian immigrants came from India to find work. Some create duties of prison sentence for several years before returning home. What?
Okay, so just continue.
Okay, sorry. There was a constant flow of Indians in and out of the city. People and the local community valley. How do you pronounce this word, man?
Minority.
Oh, minority of Indians was a wealthy merchants who settled in Singapore and built local institutions.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah, I know it's oh my god, but I don't tell me I'm not an Indian.
Okay.
The best well-known earlier leader is Nara Shila. I don't know how to pronounce it, so sorry about it. He founded the Sri Mariamma Temple. Most Indians in Singapore came from Madras and Nagapattam. The others came from Bombay, Punjab, Sri Lanka, and Gujarat.
Thank you.
Sorry, I don't know pronounce the word properly.
Bye. Okay, that's all. Do you know the way of life of the Indian in the past?
Oh, okay, the way of life. Most of the community members speak Tamil or other Indian dialects. They prepare and eat traditional Indian food, and the women wear saris. Of significance, those attractions in Little India are highly concentrated, all within walking distance of each other.
Then you know anything about the occupation in the past?
Farming, fishing, cottage industry, pottery, business, carpentry, etc.
Okay, thank you so much. Hi. Like to say, our three other hosts just now, Raffles, Nanyang, and 30 Raffles reporters, the host, to actually question people. So hi, thanks again.